Hello everybody and welcome back to more Banjo-Kazooie. Last video we got to Rusty Bucket Bay and I started off this world with a world of fail. So hopefully today, or this video I guess is more accurate to say, we'll do a little bit better. I'm going to start by going around the outside of the level. When you come to these areas with tolls, all you have to do is put the appropriate amount of eggs into the little toll area. With this first one you can put a couple more and it'll extend and you can grab some golden feathers if you need them and a mumbo token. I recommend grabbing the golden feathers if you need them. And the mumbo token, can't hurt either. Next up is this window. This is the only window in this level that you can go into. It is clear unlike all the other ones, so you're actually able to get into it. There's a Jiggy in here, so you will definitely want to grab that. I think that's actually our first Jiggy of the level, so that makes up for a little bit of the failure we had last time. We made like dick for progress. No Jiggies. I don't even think we got any Jinjos. We got a couple notes, but that was about it. And on the outside of the level, the reason I'm doing it first is because I find it very time consuming. There's a lot of little areas you have to go into. A lot of the notes are really spread out. Actually, by the end of the recording session for Rusty Bucket Bay, I was missing 4 notes, and I think as of now, I still have to go back and grab them. I know where they are. I had to actually go and watch someone's video to find out where they were, just because there are so many little areas that you can miss, and everything blends in really well in this level, which is another thing that makes it a little bit frustrating. But anyways, I think that's everything in this little window area. I'm pretty sure, I think there's only those 4 notes and the Jiggy that are the important things. And then the only way to get out of here, since we came in through the ceiling, is to go out near the bottom. And be careful, because this is going to take you out into the water. So, just because I'm a wuss, I think I'm going to go grab my air first, and then I'll make my way around the rest of the level. Because I do not want to run out of air in this level. That would be really irritating. You'll notice there's a little dolphin down here. I think he's actually the only character that we meet in this level, so he looks like he needs our help. I'm trapped! Help! Get this thing off, Snorkel! Oh, you poor thing. I'm gonna help Snorkel when I have a little bit more time and air. Right now I'm just gonna try and focus on the outside of the level. I think I mentioned in the first video that I get a little disorientated with this level. I find it really hard to navigate around, and looking back just on this recording, I really wasn't as time efficient as I could have been. So I'm trying to just stay focused on the outside of the level for now, and going into all these little areas. Like this little hole, for example, is blended right in with the wall, and it's so easy to miss. So you want to come in here, because we can actually get our second honeycomb piece. So this place doesn't have any notes or anything that is important, like a Jiggy, but if you want to get the honeycomb piece, then this is where the second one is. We had gotten the first one in the first video, back in the engine room, if you recall. So we'll grab that, and then we'll get the hell out of here. That water is also very deceiving, because it looks nice and fresh and clean, but it's not. It's still oily and bad for Banjo and Kazooie. I guess just because all the water outside is like that, so that would make sense. I utterly and completely failed trying to get this honeycomb piece. I could not get it. I just kept going up too soon and going right past it, so it's probably best to go right under it and go up at the last minute so that you can actually just grab it with ease. Anyways, that's that room done. So now we can leave and continue on. There's some golden feathers in that boat there if you need them. But I think my golden feathers are full right now, so I'm going to leave the way that I came. And I forgot to mention that Snacker is here. It doesn't seem like a good environment for a shark to actually live and survive in. Have not a clue why they put Snacker back in this level. And by the way, they only put him in that little area with the Jinjo. He doesn't appear in Rusty Bucket Bay anymore. So I found that just really super unnecessary, but yeah, Snacker kind of makes another return. I'm gonna go over here and get those notes before I move on, just so I don't forget them. I recommend walking along here as Banjo, doing it nice and slow, just in case you do fall in. But the ladders are pretty nicely spaced out. They have a ladder, 2 ladders, really close together, so that if you do land in the water and you're like freaking out, then you should be able to get to one before your air runs out. And here's some noxious acid. You really don't want to fall in here, because that just does not look safe at all. That's like the type of acid that you would fall into and like your flesh would burn off of you and you'd be like nothing but a skeleton in like a couple of minutes. So let's not go in there. I'm not too interested in doing that. Just grab the Jinjo, of course, and the notes and such and so forth. There's these new enemies here, and they are little mini boom boxes. They're TNT. You can go close to them and they'll chase after you and explode, or they'll hit you and explode. Or you can hit them with eggs, which I much prefer to do from afar. This is a level where you use a lot of eggs as well. Haven't really seen a level like that in a while, but this level you definitely do, because you need eggs for the tolls, and defeating the little boxes of dynamite are really useful to have eggs for, so. Good thing we have the eggs, Cheat. Thanks, Cheeto. And this is what I'm talking about. This is a canister, or a little, I don't even know what to call this thing. A little storage area, I guess. It has a lot of stuff in here, like it has quite a few notes. And it's got a mumbo token and things like that, but it's all really spaced out. Like there's one note here, one note there. And with the wrong camera angle, you may not even see that there's notes around, and you might miss them. So that's why it's important to go in all these areas, just in case. Although we do have 40 notes, so we actually are almost halfway there at this point. It always adds up super fast for me. Even though I still feel like I really don't have anything accomplished in this world so far. I still only have like the 1 Jiggy. You can't get into the second canister. You can get on there from the top, which we'll do in a minute, but you can come into this room and you can destroy these big boxes of TNT. I was trying to demonstrate how you can make these guys move, but they kept blowing up on me. If you make them go close enough to you without exploding, they'll turn white, and they'll generally just, kind of get worked up and they'll explode. But I just kept running into them like an idiot, and they kept exploding on me. You can see this guy starting to turn white, and then he'll explode. So, there's a couple ways you can defeat those guys. And if you defeat them all, you can get yourself an extra life. So that's totally optional. The only thing in here are the notes that are super vital to actually grab. And then we're going to go to the second little box here, but you can only get here from the top. And then I think we'll be done for the outside of the level for now, just because we can't get to our next toll at the moment. And it was really dark when I was playing. Watching this in Vegas on playback, it is pretty dark, but when I was actually playing it, it was extremely dark, and it was really hard to see what I was doing. So, as you'll notice, I'm kind of like fumbling around a little bit, running into walls and into boxes and things like that. But I was really super paranoid that I wouldn't be able to find notes, because in practice I was missing 4. And when I played, I was still missing the same 4 notes, and I just like couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. So I was trying to be extra super thorough. But the only thing in this room, as far as I know, is the Jinjo, and that's it. I don't even think there's notes in this canister at all. Just make sure you grab the little blue Jinjo, and then if you want, you can refill on some feathers, and there's also a mumbo token if you really need it. But there's quite a few mumbo tokens in this world, so it's completely and utterly up to you. Like I said, I wasn't too happy with my run of this level, just because I was wasting a lot of time, like fumbling around and stuff. But I feel with a level like this, sometimes it's better to just take your time, because it's a lot better to be thorough with an area and just really comb it really well than having to go back to it because you forgot something and then you can't figure out what it is that you missed, kind of thing. So that's definitely it in this room. I think at this point I was just trying to like get the hell out of here because I climb all the way back up. So you just go back out the way that you came in. And that is that. You can't get onto the top of those ones. So, there's still more of the outside part of the world to do, but as you can see, the next hole is actually on the other side of the wall. So now I think what I'll do is I'll go inside the ship. And these two little green buildings are actually, like, I want to call them cranes. There's one here and then there's one on the other side by that toll. And you can actually get on the ship by using these cranes, which is kind of cool. A nice little shortcut instead of having to swim. We're also going to grab ourselves another Jiggy. So on this first crane, go ahead and lift the crate up. And then you want to run like hell, essentially. So climb straight up. And you can actually just walk right on this little area. And you'll make it with a couple of seconds, but it's really easy to just kind of make a quick drop and then save yourself at the last minute and grab that Jiggy. That's really not a terribly difficult one to get. It can be kind of hard if you don't know that you can actually walk across, I think, or if you don't really know where to go. But anyways, here we are at the front of the ship where I very stupidly jumped off prematurely last time. And now we can start on the actual ship itself. So there's lots of collecting to be done. There's some pipes we're going to be able to go into. There's a couple of windows with some stuff in it. Here I'm just demonstrating the difference between the pipes. The one on the left is safe and the one on the right is not safe. And you can tell the difference by just looking on the inside of the pipe. The ones that are safe will be gray, and the ones that are not safe will have like a little reddish tinge to them, meaning that it's like their mouth, I guess. So it's good to look for little small differences like that, because you do have to go in those pipes to grab things. For example, like I guess we're in the kitchen right now, which needs a serious cleaning, but there are notes in here that you need to grab and things like that. So we'll grab these notes. You can grab these eggs if you want. If you don't want to go up here and risk getting hit by that enemy, you can actually just go below the grate there and jump up and collect the eggs that way as well. To get this Mumbo token, you'll need to Wonder Wing, or you can take damage if you want, but the stove is way too hot and you'll burn. So keep that in mind, of course. Next we're going to go into these windows. So they look identical, but the one on the left is a little more prominent. It almost kind of sticks out a little bit more, and it's a little more shiny. So you need to look for really, really subtle differences like that in this level, because there's a total of, I think, 4 windows we need to go into, and that's actually where I missed the last of my notes. There was a window that I missed, and I couldn't figure out where it was, and so I just left the level. And I figured I'd go back to it later, so yeah, even I miss things like that after playing this game, you know, for many years. This looks like it would be like the captain's room or something. The nautical decorations are really cheesy with all the little steering wheels. There's our third Jiggy. And we're just gonna go find some more pipes and some more windows to crawl into. Okay, that pipe isn't good, it's evil, but I think that this window next to it we can go into. There's also this code on the wall that we need to remember for later to get ourselves another Jiggy, which we'll worry about in a minute. But I'm going to end the video off here, and I'm going to continue on next time. So we still have lots to do on the ship, and hopefully you guys will join me then.